I'm Dr. Jordin Wiggins, and this is the Pleasure Principles podcast. Join me on this journey where sex, science, and sensuality meet. Let's change the conversation around sex and pleasure together. Welcome to the Pleasure Principles podcast. The irony today, we're talking about perfectionism and bad sex. And the irony is I am showing up extremely imperfectly today. I'm sick. My seasonal allergies are bothering me. I'm living out of a suitcase right now because our new build isn't ready yet. We've had nine months delay for a build that was only supposed to take 8 total. Anyways, wearing the same 3 or 4 outfits out of a suitcase. And the funny part is I truthfully don't have my correct lighting and all of these things. It was like, no, don't want to sound sick and have poor quality and all these things. And then I sat down and realized that, oh, right, we're talking about perfectionism. So I was going to push recording this for a few days, but here I am in all my imperfect glory. And the secret, one of the secrets to good sex is that it isn't perfect. There isn't a formula for great sex. So the articles that I write for magazines outlining the steps, the tips, that's just a part, like it's just a piece of the whole puzzle. Also, because we're evolving and growing, when we figure out what we like, it might not be what we like 5 years from now. Life, stress, work, kids, so moving, so many things get in the way. That's why great sex is more about flow, presence, giving and receiving. And you know who that is very hard for? Us, the superwomen, the ladies who keep it all together, the overachievers. We give 110%. We run our lives. We make everyone around us, we make their lives better. We have control over schedules, the invisible workload, doing so much for families, friends, colleagues, keep everything running like a well-oiled machine. But we cannot apply those same skills to our sex lives, to the intimacy, to the connection in a relationship. In fact, the more superwoman a woman is, usually the less sex or the less great sex she seems to be having, because we cannot treat sex like an item we need to check off our to-do list. So for real, take a minute. I want you to think about, how do you approach sex? Well, first I brush my teeth, and then we get in bed and kiss for 2.5 minutes before I will let him go down on me, but not for too long because I have to hurry up and do the laundry before I go to bed. So until we break this superwoman conditioning, the overachieving, the linear, get things done faster, more efficiently, we are never going to experience the connected, intimate sex, kissing, touching, play that we dream of or that we know is possible. We are addicted to being busy and overscheduled, and we've been conditioned to get things right since we were little girls. And that inherently makes us pretty bad at sex. Have you ever stopped to think about where the need to get it right comes from? What makes us feel like failures and beat ourselves up over the little mistakes, human mistakes? Like right now, do you care that I don't have proper lighting, um, or I'm sick? Or are you happy that I'm showing up for you every week for a little over a year now? And like that is like that is more in my integrity, um, to be here, keep delivering you the content. So why are we not okay with our humanness? Why are we not okay with getting 75% instead of 100? It's because of how we were taught to earn our place in the world. You want to earn good grades. Well, you better work harder than everyone in the class. You want to earn your salary. You better stay the latest. Pick up slack for your colleagues. Even my clients tell me they would even pick up coffee cups in the boardroom after their male colleagues. And sometimes these people like were even C-suite people, and they were picking up after people that they managed, like male colleagues that they managed. Very, very messed up dynamic. Uh, Maybe like, why do we want to earn love? Why do we feel the need that we have to earn love? And how do we do it? By being perfect, by being agreeable, by worrying about everyone else's needs around us and not our own. Make sure that you have a plan. Don't be selfish. Work harder than everyone else in the room. Be perfect. Smile. And if you're not, feel guilt and shame and make sure that you beat yourself up and go over it a million times in your head and never mess up again. That's the messaging that we got as we were growing into the super women that we are today. You better be perfect if you want to be happy. Chasing perfection is the furthest thing from sexy, and it's impacting your life, and it is most definitely impacting the way you show up in the bedroom. Life is hard enough without trying to be perfect. And you know what goes hand in hand with trying to be perfect? Overly critical and high expectations. Yes, superwomen, I know we don't like to think of ourselves as expecting a lot of others and being critical, but let me tell you, when we strive for perfection, we are setting ourselves up for failure, and we are setting ourselves up to be disappointed by those around us, especially our loved ones. This is something that we work on in my year-long program, the Feminine Mentorship, undoing the conditioning that made us think we have to be perfect to be worthy of love, to be worthy of good sex. I can teach you how to stop earning your love from others by trying to be perfect and to trust feminine energy that tells you that we are already perfect, including all of our imperfections, all of our flaws. Like, as we are now, today, in this moment, we are whole. If you're approaching sex as something that you have to do right, you are already doing it wrong. If you are performing, thinking of the other person, how do I look while doing this? Also, getting it wrong. Some of the most beautiful moments of connection are the ones where you are totally present in the moment, not worrying about what you look like, not trying to reach a goal of something that you read in an online article, watching the clock. We're just fully present in the moment, feeling, feeling as much as we are capable of feeling. Imagine for a moment how free you would feel if you could give up on perfection. I probably would have bought myself back 20 minutes today thinking about this showing up more perfectly for this podcast. And imagine if we multiplied that every day for a year, how much more space we would have, how much more ease we would have. If you could give up on doing things right and being right all the time, think of the weight that would be lifted. Think of how much closer our friendships, our intimate connections would be.
You might not even know what you're missing, but if you've been searching for answers for why you're so successful in your career, but lacking in other areas, why your libido's low, why you feel so burnt out, overworked, why you're snappy and irritated all the time, why you can't lose the weight you want to lose, why you're exhausted but you can't sleep at night, you take care and run the show at work and at home, but you can't figure out how to take care of yourself the way you want to, you are in the right place. Maybe your relationship is on the brink of divorce, or you're missing the days of connection and intimacy that you once had. If you long for the spark and connection and you want to feel like yourself again, that radiant, turned on woman, then I have the solution for you. Work with me, Dr. Jordin Wiggins, naturopathic doctor, sex educator, and feminine burnout coach, in my executive one-on-one coaching program to learn how to receive pleasure for better sex, better health, and more wealth. I promise you, they are all connected. I work with women to teach them how to receive pleasure and to open to all of the possibilities that this life has to offer you in health, wealth, and love. Because you deserve success across the board in your life. Finally, find the secret that was missing from all the work that you've done before and understand why you are so successful at work, but lack the spark and connection you long for in your relationships. When you learn how to receive pleasure and learn what was holding you back, you unlock possibilities in every area of your life. Suddenly, you can receive compliments, trust, acceptance, friendships, money. You know how to take better care of yourself, and you receive the praise, acknowledgement, help, and support that you've always wanted, but didn't know how to get. Everything comes when you learn how to receive and adopt a pleasure mindset as a way of being. My executive coaching program gives you exclusive access to me in person or via video chat, and my years of experience of working with thousands of women, Eastern medicine theories, and practical everyday ways to apply the work to see real growth in your life and relationships. Get the support you need to repair your relationships, start having mind-blowing sex, and open to the possibilities of what great pleasure means to you. Revolutionize your relationships and build the abundant future that you, your relationships, and your loved ones deserve. Click the link in the show notes or visit my page on Instagram at Dr. Jordin Wiggins to learn more about my coaching packages.
So here are my 3 tips for giving up on perfection for better sex. Tip number 1 is urgency. Does everything feel like it has to be done right now? Do other people's problems derail your calm, your focus, your productivity? If you were always putting out fires and everything always feels urgent, how can you expect to relax, drop into the parasympathetic nervous state, and be able to receive pleasure, be able to feel good in your body? You can't, and there aren't any hacks, any quick hacks that work for that. Pleasure is the key to refilling your cup, refilling your tank so that you're not ending and starting your day on empty over and over and over. Learning how to honor your feminine energy with rest and rejecting urgency, rejecting the hustle culture is so important. In ancient cultures, rest was a part of society and it was incorporated around menstrual cycles. When you feel that urgency rise up, ask yourself, is this a problem that needs to be solved right now or can it wait? Start by waiting an hour or waiting until tomorrow. Wait a length of time that feels a little uncomfortable, that lets you get out of that superwoman conditioning. And you might be surprised how many problems work themselves out without needing you to step in. Tip number 2, be a little selfish. As a superwoman, we have been taught to put our needs last and care for others first. We get so disconnected from what we want that it can be hard to even figure out what our desires are. I ask women all the time, what do you want in bed? What do you need around the house? What do you need at work? And it's often very hard for them to answer. Start by being selfish in small but meaningful ways, because this is going to be hard. This is going to go against all of your conditioning. Pick a restaurant and don't worry about where everyone else wants to eat and make sure everyone is happy. Or pick the movie that you want to see, not the one that you think everyone else wants to see. What comes to mind? Maybe immediately you feel resistance or you don't even know what. It has been so long that you've followed your own desires that, like, this is a hard task for you. You often find yourself rearranging your plans to accommodate others. Set a plan and stick to it. Stop changing things for yourself. I'm guilty of this too. If I have a yoga class that I absolutely love going to, but somebody can only meet at that time, it's, oh, well, I'm just going to, rearrange that. And that starts to feel gross after a while. You start to get resentful. And when we do those little micro tweaks where we are not honoring ourselves, our health, our pleasure, then over time, we really, really, we start to get resentful and super crusty. So pick some small things that you can do that feel a little selfish, and that's going to help move the needle. Tip number 3, do some things wrong on purpose. We all grow up with these ideas of right and wrong. Maybe you were taught it's a sin to put plates in the dishwasher without rinsing them. Maybe you were taught that there's a certain way you do laundry. Maybe it's lazy or makes you a bad mother if you are ordering takeout for your kids. So we have all these shoulds in our head. And it's interesting because I was practicing this with my daughter, who is 1.5. And it's interesting because a parenting expert that I follow was recommending me modeling doing things wrong. So if she's trying to draw or trying to fit one of her toys in a shape and she asked me for help or wants me to do it, the parenting expert was saying, don't model it perfectly. Struggle a bit, like get it wrong and model for her. Oops, like this is hard. I'm going to try again. Instead of just showing her how to do it perfectly, because we would be wanting her to live up to an unrealistic standard. So pick something and do it wrong this week. And if your dishes come out with some food still on it, just run the dishwasher twice. Maybe I'm guilty of this. Sometimes I will throw a white in with the colors instead of doing a whole other load. I get away with it most of the time, but every once in a while it'll come out a little off color. Throw it out, buy a new one. How human of me. So you might be wondering what this all has to do with sex. Being burnt out and chasing perfection is ruining your libido. They are directly linked. It is why at least 1 in 2 women suffer from sexual dysfunction globally. So let's start chipping away at this perfection, at this conditioning that we have had since we are little girls. When you are tuned into your feminine, you feel more ease, flow, trust in your life, and you're going to be shocked at how your libido responds. The way we do one thing is the way we do everything. So how we are outside of the bedroom is more than likely exactly how we are in the bedroom. If we are a perfectionist on the outside, we are probably taking all of that conditioning into the bedroom. And let me tell you, you are doing yourself and your partners a huge disservice. Perfectionism equals bad sex. And even if you're one of these perfectionists listening to me and like you think you're having good sex, trust me, there's so much more out there for you. This is all connected. I am so honored that you are listening to my podcast. I love the DMs that I get, the thank yous, the insights, the reviews. It means so much to me. And if you take the time to let me know what you like, I'm a giver. So I'm gonna give you more of that. 1 in 2 women, like I said, suffer from sexual dysfunction in their lifetime. Lacking desire, not able to bring pleasure and joy into their lives and into the lives of those around them. This is not you, and you know it. You know you're off. You deserve everything that you want in life and the good sex too. If what I'm saying is resonating and you are interested in working with me, you can apply at thepleasurecollective.com/programs. Have a great week, everybody.
If you like what you heard in this episode, leave me a rating. Your support helps me get discovered by more women like you. Together, we can change the conversation around women's sexual health and pleasure for you, your partners, and generations to come.